Two people argue on the topic of whether life could have started from rocks. One person says, "Yes, that's what the science claims, and this is a true fact." The other person says, "No, the Bible says otherwise, and the fact is that life didn't start from rocks." Both people claim that their statement is a fact. Then, can these two statements both be facts? No, one of them must be wrong since they completely contradict each other. Then how did this happen? The definition of a fact is something that has actual existence or an actual occurrence. So, by definition, the two people actually have beliefs that their statements are facts. They should have said, "I believe that this is a fact." No, mine is not a belief because I can test my idea in a scientific lab. True, but let's say scientists were actually able to produce life from a rock. This is still not enough to call what was said a fact, because what was tested in the lab may not have been what actually happened many years ago. Just proving that something is possible doesn't necessarily mean that that was actually what happened. No, mine is not a belief because it's in the Bible. Actually, the Bible is a record of what happened and a claim about what will happen. You either believe that it's talking about facts or not believing it. These two people are not seeing their faith as faith. Faith is a powerful thing. When you have a complete faith in something, you may forget that it is a faith, and you just regard it as a fact. For example, no one knows for a fact if their mom and dad are actually their mom and dad. We just have faith that they are. But we just happily live as if this is a fact. Since this is a complete faith, the person probably has forgotten that this is even a faith. And this is okay as long as what you regard as a fact is actually a fact. What's scary about this is though, if you build a complete faith on something that's actually not a fact. What makes it even worse is if you completely forget that this is a faith at all anymore. What makes it even more devastating is if this faith will cost you something big. So, is faith something to guard ourselves from? Some people are afraid to admit that they have faith in something. They see it as weak because it is not scientific nor logical. But this is not true. Rather, faith is unavoidable. We cannot possibly question and test everything around us, such as our mom and dad. Faith is essential for our living. Here are some other examples of questions that require faith. How did the universe begin? How did life begin? Is there a God? What happens after we die? Are there more than just the things that we can see, hear, and touch? You may say, "Oh, these are not scientific and they're useless." Sure, you may choose not to think of these questions yourself, but that doesn't change the fact that there actually exist factual answers to these questions. Well, then I'm just a skeptic. Don't make me believe in anything. Again, this doesn't change anything. For each question we ask, there must only be one factual answer, not many. Although we cannot physically confirm these things at the moment, there has to be one fact. How does your faith answer these questions? Do you have good faith in some of your answers? Have you built complete faith in some of these questions so that it's become a fact for you, with or without you even realizing? Good for you. Just don't forget that it is still a faith, and make sure that you got the correct answer.